You ready? Okay, we're gonna call the SAC meeting to order at 5:31 p.m. And we're gonna go over the meeting minutes from last week. The meeting was called to order at 5:35. February SAC and PTO minutes were read by Ms. Yolanda. Missy French motion to accept the minutes as read, and Christy seconded. The DOE visit was on February 13th. The state was impressed with what they saw in the classrooms. Family night was planned for March 25th at 5:30 p.m. Data will be presented to all parents. Math and ELA test prep will be available, and they adjourned the meeting at 5:40. To go into the PTO minutes, they called it to order at 5:40. The PTO balance was $4,495. We went over family night, field day, water day, and the events that were taking place in April, including all of the testing, and also the testing in May. We went over the Wild Adventures field trip, which was the cost, part of which PTO will be covering. SRO will attend, and parents will have to accompany any student that has a referral. They went over the schedule for spring break and mentioned that the next SAC PTO meeting will be April 8th. Missy made a motion to adjourn, and Mr. Christmas seconded the motion. The meeting was adjourned at 5:52. Does anyone want a motion without those minutes?
I move that we accept those minutes.
Okay, second. Okay, Ms. Christie motion.
And the other
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We do not currently have the SAC funds, correct? Okay. So we'll be doing the FAST assessment for grades 3rd through 6th. Do you want to go over that?
So what we do is, we don't know how much we have in the SAC funds, but we did vote on that money last time or February to use that money to order awards for awards. So I think it's about roughly $500 or $600, so we're gonna order awards. Now, we do have the FAST assessment coming up. That will be May 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we want you to make sure these guys get to bed early, be at school on time. If they are late, we will be calling, because once we start our testing session, we will not let them in. So we will call you. If you're not here by 8:15, Ms. Joy will call you, because we're going to try to start testing around about 8:45. We've also started testing. We've also started with our K-2. Our K-2, they started their assessments today. Kids did really well. We didn't have that many kids out today, which is really good. Ms. Joanne called 4. We had 4 absent today. Woo woo. And so we will finish up FAST start for our K-2 kids on tomorrow. So we're going to be doing that, and they'll be doing testing for the year. And then, but our 3rd through 6th grade assessment, and then I'm gonna go into I'm gonna skip call the comment I come at that, which will go into our DOE visit. DOE came. Let me tell you what happened to us. Like I had a wild day on April 9th. So I'm sitting there walking around with DOE. They're busy. First, they sit down, they meet with me, and then we talk about data, and then they say we're in business classroom. Like, okay, what you see is what you're gonna get. So we're business classroom. So then I get, hey, we need you. Safe Schools in here. What? I'm like, I have the state here. So Safe Schools popped up. They did a business where they have to make sure your school is safe. They're checking doors. They got all this compliance stuff. I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, I can't meet with you right now. Let me finish with them. So we finished our walkthrough with DOE. They visited every single classroom. They were very impressed with what they saw, because they noticed that all of our kids had voices. They heard a lot of, conversation between the kids where teachers were asking really good questions and kids were discussing what teachers was talking about, which was really good, because that was the area that we were working on. Another area that they were really impressed was it wasn't that many kids on computers. That's one thing, that we're trying, like, we don't want they're going to do their admin, but we want teachers teaching the kids not on the computer 24/7. So that was another plus. So once they, we look at our data, we talked about the good things that our teachers have going on. So they are confident that when we take the test come May, that we can bring our school back up to B. Even though we know that we're close and we understand that, but we are very confident we can come back to B, because they saw kids working really, really hard. And that was from pre-K to 8. Like, they were impressed with our pre-Kers. Like, we were in their classroom and they were reading words. And so one word was like being, and they was like, son, you know where? He's like, yeah, that's big, and this word is come. She was like, you're pre-K, because we even make sure our pre-Ks know their site was before they leave. So that was a really, really big business. And then when Safe Schools, I had to meet with them, because what they do is they come and visit schools and they try and see is there any areas, like if a gunman was to come in and be able to get into our school. So what she has to do with our SRO, she visits every customer. They'll walk up to the door, they'll snatch on those. See if a kid's gonna come to the door. We train these kids, you better not touch the door. If they find out touch the door, it's gonna be me and them. They also, if you look, we have a red spot to the ceiling. Kids know that's our safety spot. Like if you hear me hit the alarm on my phone, you hear me come across the radio, kids know to go to that hard corner, that safe spot, and they know they are quiet. So she gave us a really good report. She was like, every single door was locked. They even come back and check behind our cafeteria. Every door was locked. No kids were roaming the hallways. Every door was locked. I'm trying to think, what else did she look at? Oh, then we have a notebook that I have to keep. She went through our notebook like a fine-tooth comb, make sure we're doing all our fire drills, making sure we're having great assessment meetings. So we passed that with Brian Cole, so we was real impressed. So since our kids did a really good job with DOE and Safe Schools, we did popsicles the next day. So we just like, I was like, you know what? Let's take a break. Let's do popsicles. So that went really well. So now I'm gonna go back to the next one. What we have to do is, even though, and Ms. Joanne probably did, I sent everybody, we gave you a copy of the code of conduct, which we're gonna go to PTO. You can look at our code of conduct. If there's anything you feel like this might need to change. I know here, I'll be first say, I don't quite follow the code of conduct because we don't have ISS and all. If they can't behave, they just go home here. I was very upfront with parents at the beginning. Can't behave, you go home. And parents, you guys have been really, really supportive of that, because we will talk to them, we will do teacher exchange, but bottom line, you can't behave, you go home. Simple as that. So, but you can look through it. If there are any changes that you feel like, hey, this needs to be changed for next year, write on it, send it back to me, and then I will get that to the code of conduct committee so that they can print it. If you don't have any suggestions, that's fine, but I have to present it to you all to see, let you all look at it to see if you have any changes that want to be made. And that's pretty much all I have for SAC.
Okay, we're gonna adjourn the SAC meeting at 5:38 p.m. and I'm gonna call the PTO meeting to order at 5:39 p.m. We already reviewed and adopted the minutes. Current PTO funds is $3,860.67. Our upcoming events are gonna be the family picnic and egg hunt, which is on the 17th. We're also gonna be sending home progress reports on the 17th. We're gonna have field day on the 25th. Do we know when the shirts are gonna be in?
He emailed today, and I know all his hosts he was working on. They should be here before the 25th.
Okay. The Down Home Days Parade is gonna be on the 26th. Am I calling it?
Well, that's what I wanted to mention it to you all. Do we want to participate in the parade this year? Because I know Miss Kilda, she's on, and she said to let her know. Because I know this was me thinking, I'm thinking. I know y'all don't like when I think, but I was thinking, remember, we had our king and queens from the beginning of the year. We wanted to put them in as well as our
We were
regular kids.
doing the big regular float
Right.
for all the kids.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, but I have to bring it to the committee, so I got to have it.
I just need to.
Well, if we do both floats, yes.
We have to vote on that, though.
No, we don't, but we just got to make sure, like, we already
did it.
It's the ones from the beginning. They'll be in the parade, but we just have to
Okay,
have.
so you get with the Kendas, get the big float,
Okay.
and then I'll get.
So we're doing the parade, that's what you're telling me? That's what you're telling me. I'm just saying.
I just have to make sure that trailer's clean.
Okay, so are we doing the parade?
I make a motion that we do participate in Down Home Day Parade.
Thank you. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think we even have to vote on that.
We don't.
Okay.
I'm just trying to end the conversation.
Okay, so we're gonna be participating in the Down Home Days Parade. The kings and queens over there in the beginning, they'll be riding again, and then all the other kids will be on the big float.
And can I talk about it?
Yes.
So our family picnic will be this Thursday. The kids, we're gonna serve the kids like a little sandwich, some parents, you have to bring your lunch. What we're gonna do this year is, how you guys bring your blankets, we sit down, we eat. But instead of us putting candy inside the eggs, what we decided to do this year is just hide the eggs and let the teachers make goodie bags. The reason why, last year we put eggs out, and of course with candy, ants came. And so it was just like, oh man, so we don't want ants to get into the eggs, so we're just gonna have empty eggs out there. So what we're gonna try to start our school lunch, we're gonna start everybody. We're gonna at 11 o'clock, Miss Margaret.
Lunch.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
So we're gonna start. I know. Thank you, Miss Mark. She'll have them ready. So we're gonna start lunch. Thank you for letting me know. We're gonna start lunch at about 11 o'clock. Get everybody, get them fed. Get your little blanks. Y'all sit out there. Y'all talk. Have a good time. And then we want to start the egg hunt about 12. Now, parents, we know on that day we have a lot of parents come. Parents, we're gonna need your help by helping hide eggs. Why? Because teachers gonna be watching. And just help hide the eggs. We know what we're gonna do is like we did last year. K-2 will be pre-K-2 will be in this area, and 3rd through 6th will go in the field. So that is how we're doing the egg hunt. Then once they hunt their little eggs, they get their little goodie bag. And if you want to take them home, you're more than welcome. Or they can stay with us, either or. So that is what we're gonna do on Friday, Thursday. Also, progress reports will go home. There was something else I need to talk about. Wild Adventures. No, field day. Field day, what we're going to do is, because we're still working, we have to do academics that morning. We will get all our academics done, so we'll be ready for field day. We will start field day at 12 o'clock. I have met with Mr. Mark and Miss Reese Fletcher. We have kids from James Madison, as well as some from the high school. They're going to come. They're going to run our field day. We have I think it's about 12 games that we're going to have set up. Nestle has also donated water. Of course, I bought popsicles. We're going to buy some stuff too, because what we do is once we take a break, because it's hot out there, so we'll let one group will be on this side doing activities, one group will be on that side. We'll break. We'll do popsicles, chips and something. Then we'll wrap it up. They got water. They'll have chips and but gonna be hot, but we got water for them, as well as popsicles and some chips that we will provide for them. Wild Adventures. Wild Adventures is coming up. We are going to our goal is to take everybody to Wild Adventures, and all of us are going. Now, the price that Wild Adventures want to charge was $40. That is a lot of money for some families. Like for me, I have 5 children. I couldn't afford to take all 5 of them with $40. I got a lot of them. So what we decided to do, I think last week when we met with PTO, they decided to help cut the cost by using the PTO funds. So we'll only charge our students $25. If they have a pass, it will be $15. So that will get you into Wild Adventures plus get you a meal. And so we thought that was a really good deal. Also on that day, Lee will be attending. We're also taking our SRO with us as well for safety reasons. Now, parents, we're not riding buses. We're only going to take 2 buses so you guys can follow behind us. Now, once we get there and we do our education tour, and you're just like, you know what? Me and my children may want to stay longer. You will sign your kid out with his or her teacher, and then you can venture off and spend the day at Wild Adventures and have you a good time. Now, we will do our education tour, and then the kids, they want to ride. We're going to let them ride on some rides. We're not going to the water park. We will not go to the water park that day, but they will be able to ride on rides. So our goal is to have the money in by April 28th so that we can send it off to Wild Adventures. They say they need the payment in advance.
That's not a goal, it's dead set.
That's dead set.
April 28th.
April 28th. That's what Michelle saw. That's the law.
Dead set.
Dead set. So is there? Yes.
Were the parents also going to pay the same amount, or were they going to pay
Parents,
higher?
I think last time we met, we talked about parents will pay the $40.
$40, okay.
Parents will pay the $40 because we don't have enough money to pay for parents. So parents will pay the price. If you're a parent, you have a pass, you'll just pay that $15 to get that meal. And so that's what parents are gonna pay. Is there any questions? Oh, and also what we will wear that day is our field day shirts. Every kid has ordered a field day shirt. We've ordered enough, everybody will have a field day shirt to order. I think it was only like 3 that didn't want field day shirts since they weren't coming. But everybody else ordered a field day shirt. Parents, if you order a field day shirt, it will be here. And that's what we will wear to our Adventures field day shirt. Also, I know it's the day after, but just watch them. For down home days, like the king and queens, you were dressed up in your nice attire. Us on the other floor wear our field day shirts. And that's what we'll wear for down home days. You can wear your field day shirts and some shorts, field day shirts, some jeans. And then if you're on the floor as king and queen, you're dressed up in your attire. So any questions about picnic, field day, down home days, Wild Adventures? Okay, before I let Miss Brown speak, I know we got lots of. I put a May calendar. This is just a rough draft of our May calendar. We have a busy month in May. May is like super busy for us. We have been working with our kids on the spring musical. Hopefully, we can pull it off. That's our goal. Everybody's been working on instruments. Like we have been super, super busy. So these are just the dates of some of the things that will be coming up because I know a lot of you work, you need to know in advance. If there's anything else I need to add, I will add that this is just a pretty much a rough draft so parents know when awards day, when we're having graduation, when we have a field day, when we have an AR celebration, all of those good things. Any questions about our calendar? Anybody may have?
Don't know yet when we're doing STAR testing for 3rd grade.
We will most likely do STAR testing the 13th and 14th.
Okay.
And
What time do the kids need to be there for the parade?
parade starts at 10 o'clock.
Usually.
So normally they get there about 9:30. Please be on time. Don't let us have to be running and trying to chunk kids up because it's a lot. But please have them their own time. What we will do is we will meet in the Winn-Dixie parking lot. And simply when I talk to a girl at Tri-County, because we have the little kids on there, they'll let us pull up, and once whatever our slot is, we'll just pull in there so our kids don't have to be running across 9 parents. So we will be in the Winn-Dixie parking lot. So nobody has to rip and run around. Is there any?
And I'll pull out the right way.
And you will pull out the right way this time, not go either.
Listen, all those little children were praying when I had to back up.
I was like, oh my God, please. Is there any other questions about the calendar? Okay, now I'm gonna turn it over. We have next year, you know that the school is closed and we will be consolidating. Everybody will be moving to Central School. So Miss Amanda Brown, who's the principal at Central School, she's gonna talk about some of the upcoming things at Central School. As well, we can take him outside if you want me to. You wanna go outside? Take him outside.
Come on, Mason.
All right, you wanna go outside? Y'all go outside. KK, you wanna go outside?
Josh.
KK, go show him the thinking tree. Go show him the thinking tree. No climbing on monkey bars. You fall, you don't know, because I done told you. I just told you, they climb, they don't know. But anyway, we will all be moving to Central. And so Ms. Brown wanted to come talk to you guys about, the upcoming things at Central, what, you can look forward to for next year, as well as Mr. Tyrone. He's transportation. He can talk about, bus routes, what to look for to that. So I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Brown.
Hello, thank you for having myself.
Let's see, the little cameras.
Are we being
Right,
timed?
yeah.
Oh, I see that.
There you go. Now you're on camera.
Okay, great, thanks. Thank you for having me out here tonight. Thank you for Miss Yolanda for letting me come out tonight. We know there's a lot of questions, uncertainties, nerves for some probably. I was at Lee Elementary for 5 years before I was moved to Central 3 years ago. So I know what it means to leave a small school. I know how hard it is to leave a small school. But I can promise you and assure you that we have been working really hard. I've been there for 3 years. We've been working really hard there the past 3 years. We've put in place a lot of positive things. We've raised our school grade. We are a school grade. We've been a school grade for 2 years now of a C. And so we're really proud of that, and we're moving up. We've had BSI visits and state visits as well. They're coming in quite often mainly because of Greenville coming to Central School. And with Greenville having been a low-performing school for the past few years, we've got to have certain things in place. And so we're absolutely doing those things. So certain things for those students specifically. We have at our school, I know you think it's huge, and it is a large school, but we've created 3 schools within our school on the elementary side. And so we have what we've set up this year. We've had learning communities. So whereas in the past, it was one hallway was all kindergarten classrooms, and then the next hallway was all first grade classrooms, we've made learning communities where there's a kindergarten through 5th grade classrooms on one hallway, kindergarten through 5th grade classrooms on another hallway, and then another kindergarten through 5th grade classrooms on another hallway. We put all the siblings in each learning community together. So if you have a child who's a 2nd grader and a 5th grader, they're going to be in the same learning community. So they're going to be right down it looks a hallway just like this. So just a hallway together. So they can walk to class together. The older ones can always help look out for them. They'll be at lunch together and things like that. So we've done a lot of things. We've got things coming up. In May, we are going to have, my PE teacher said, let's do some field day activities and let's bring all of the kids together. So, but we're doing it separately by grade level. So May, let me get my calendar. On May, one of the days is your field trip. So we won't be able to get the 4th and 5th graders in, but May 12th, from 9 to 11, we're going to have all the kindergartners from Lee, Pinetta, Greenville, and Central together doing fun field day type activities. Our PE teachers are going to do things with them. We're going to give them a little tour of the school. We would be happy to have you there. I'll send out a list. Ms. Yolanda can forward that on to everybody. But we're just going to do a little informal tour. We'll absolutely have a bigger, before open house even, we're going to be having tours where you can come in, walk the school, and see how everything runs. But May 12th, 13th, 15th is your field trip, so we won't be there. But 12th and 13th, kindergarten first, and then 2nd and 3rd grade. We're going to come and just spend a few hours and just let their first experience at the school be something really fun and exciting, and playing games and things like that. So, do you have any questions? I can try and answer any questions you might have about what next year will look like. You don't have to register your children. They automatically all register over, so you don't have to do anything like that. But Mr. Ansley is here from Transportation, so I know that's been a big topic and concern for everyone. So if you have any questions about next year?
I have questions not about elementary school. I have questions specifically about middle school.
Go ahead.
6th, 7th, and 8th graders.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So we know that a lot of the kids in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, as well as high school, use Chromebooks right now. And there has been a few of the students, I would say a good number of the students, that use those to communicate across their peer group via email. And they may not always use that power for good. Some of them may choose to use that power for shenanigans, I would say. Has there been any communication across the district, either in the school board level or the principal level, on how we utilize the Google software, the Google Suite, so that kids cannot email each other in that software, where they can only email their teachers and not their peer group?
So you're right, but it's not only middle schoolers. So
Oh, no, I know it's high schoolers too.
Well, no, you'd be surprised. Elementary.
I have kids at like 4 schools.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, so they're very tech savvy.
They are.
So we have what's called Lightspeed.
Yes.
And that is used district-wide.
Mhm.
And if students are on their Chromebooks, teachers have it pulled up so they're monitoring. So they can see what's going on if they're on websites that they should somehow get around the firewall and get out on, or if they're trying to get on games or typing in a Google. We get alerted through Lightspeed, administrators do, any kind of word or phrase that a student should not be Googling, typing, emailing. We get alerted automatically, and we go straight to that classroom.
That I understand, but they do not spell words the way words are spelled.
But when the teachers are monitoring on Lightspeed, then that they're able to catch it that way.
So there has not been a discussion about
So
letting
Google
kids
is
not.
hard to shut down because everything on our system runs off of Google. So it would
Right,
shut.
but they can't
systems down.
block the students from texting or emailing to each other. There's no way for that, or has that question
Because they
been
have,
asked?
because they have emails set up. They have school emails set up.
Right, so they can't block the students from emailing each other. There's no way to do that. They can't just say students can't
Not-
email students, they can only email teachers.
Not that I'm aware of. We can look into it.
I mean, I'm gonna bring it up more than just here. I'm not trying to put you on the spot,
Yeah,
Ms.
oh, no,
Brown.
no,
I
no,
mean,
that's
because
fine.
I just have had,
Yeah.
I've had some problems. And I don't know if anybody else has had those problems, but I've had some problems. Lots of them,
Kids are sneaky. Yes.
because they're sneaky.
Yeah, they're sneaky. Yeah.
And they're creative.
They're very creative, very creative. We just have to put that creativity to the right way. Good use, yeah. There's a lot more that are doing right with it than there are that are doing wrong with it.
Absolutely.
So that's a positive.
I just want to protect as many as I can because I know that there are people that do not always use that power for good, and there's a lot of bad in the
Yeah,
world.
absolutely.
I have an online question
Okay.
about the visits
Mhm.
for the K1, 2,
Yes.
3.
Uh-huh.
Are they going to be bused from here or do they need to be delivered there that
Oh,
day?
no, they will be bused from here. Yeah, they will be bused. Yeah, Mr. Tyra, we've already got the dates with them and they'll be bused.
And that was on May 12th for kindergarten?
Yeah, so kindergarten, May 12th will be from 9 to 11. And then first grade will be from 12 to 2. And then on May 13th, second grade will be from 9 to 11. And third grade will be from 12 to 2.
And we'll say our third group will be starting.
Well, and so ours also, we were thinking that morning they would start test, since second grade's going in the morning, so maybe they'll be finished by 12. Maybe.
Because if not, I know third grade, they'll be tested.
So where are pre-Kers going? With the kindergarten or no?
So right now, we don't have a date set up for pre-K. That'll come later with a tour of the school where they can come. But just for this part of what's going on, our pre-K is not a part of our PE
But
program.
our pre-Kers are going to kindergarten.
Yes, yes. So they will be able to come when we have more tours during the summer.
What is the class size limit, like the number of students per class?
Yep, so that's a mandate, a state mandate. We have to cap it. So kindergarten through fourth is 18. I'm sorry, kindergarten through third is 18, fourth, fifth, and up is 22, and then get to 25. I can tell you right now, there are no classes at Central School that are above the cap. Most of them are several below, as a matter of fact. My kindergarten classrooms have 16, 17. My first grade classes, some of them have 14, 15. My highest first grade class has 17. Second grade, they are all below the cap that it should be. I know that's a question, because you think, oh my gosh, all these kids are coming together, but teachers are coming also. So, we still have the same class size requirements.
Paraprofessionals with each grade.
We have more than one our paraprofessionals are, this year, are split according to communities. So communities have a certain set of paraprofessionals, and then they travel within that community. So every classroom, kindergarten through fifth, pre-K, they all have paras, but kindergarten through fifth grade, they have paras at some point throughout the day.
So not every class will they have a para necessarily.
Not all day. which I don't believe that's the case at any of the schools. That is the ideal, and that is the dream, is to have a para all day in the classroom, yeah. But we do push them in quite a bit.
When the students come in from the smaller schools, of course, your classroom size will be bigger than, right?
No, ma'am.
No,
No, ma'am.
so
No, so that's
are you going to like split the classes? Are you gonna look at their scores? Or are you gonna look at alphabetically, or how are you gonna do that?
Yeah, so it will be just like we do anything else. We split everything evenly across the board. Students with disabilities are placed in classrooms. We place, then we start doing level ones, level twos, all the way up. So there's an even amount of students and abilities in each classroom. And the classroom will still be same cap size.
But there'll be more grouped towards the learning level and needs.
There will be, it's heterogeneously mixed. So there's a mixture of all levels.
Will there be like any, when you say communities, like kind of kids, for example, are they gonna be like trying to keep together on a community, or are they gonna be kind of just split, or have we not looked at
Yeah,
that?
so there'll be a mixture in every community of all schools. That we're not gonna have a Pinetta community, a Lee community, a Greenville, but it's going to be a mixture of all the schools. I think if you were to walk in one of my 7th grade classrooms, which is the true first year where everybody mixes together, you would walk into a 7th grade classroom, you could not point out who came from Pinetta, who came from Lee, who came from Greenville, who had been at Central. It's a great mix. The students, they blend so well together. The children, that was one of the big reasons for us bringing the grade levels together and doing some fun activities, because we just wanted them to get together and just start playing. Just start mingling and talking to each other, so that when August comes, oh, I saw you on the playground, I saw you at that field day. And so that's really the purpose of that. But everyone will be mixed throughout all the communities.
And if there's any discipline problems with children, I'm sure they'll be identified, but then, if it was necessary that it was disrupting learning for the other children, would they be moved to a different classroom, or how would you do that?
Your code of conduct that Ms. Yolanda just passed out, that goes for all students. Doesn't matter where they came from, which school they came from. Every school has discipline issues. That's no different than Central, Lee, Pinetta, Greenville. But we all deal with the students according to the code of conduct.
In the last few years, it's gotten a lot better.
So I can tell you that before I came, the year before I got there were 2,800 referrals at Central School. 2,800 between kindergarten and 8th grade. This year we're below 600 referrals.
I work a lot with Ms. Brown, and my kids get a lot of referrals. I work at the Madison Youth Ranch, and I can tell you everything is based on the code of conduct. And they're great about letting me know when my kids are in trouble, just like Ms. Yolanda calls me for my kids that attend here. And I have kids at the high school, and I have kids at the Excel school. But I get a call when my kids get into trouble, because inevitably they do. They got stuff just like a lot of kids do. But they're really good about calling me when the kid is having a bad day, even if it's not that they're in trouble. If they're just a kid's having a bad day, they call me and say, hey, this child's having a bad day. They need to have a conversation. They just need you to come up here and just talk to them. But so they're really good. It's not they're not good about that. It's good about that as Ms. Yolanda is about, hey, you come up here and talk to so-and-so. So they do that for me as well.
We try to see any kind of issues that might come up. We really try and head them off before they do. Definitely before any kind of disruption in the classroom happens. I'm just like Ms. Yolanda, learning is going to take place, and we're not going to allow disruptions to stop that from happening. We will go according to the code of conduct, but we do also have other alternatives. We have counselors, mental health counselors on hand all the time with us. We have rooms that we can use, detention rooms and things like that if students just need a timeout or a cool down period. But our goal is for every student to be in the classroom learning. If they're not learning. But we do take, we have very high standards, just like Ms. Yolanda, extremely high standards.
If you have a child and they have trouble building a rapport with the teacher, and sometimes that happens, you know, personalities are different, things like that. How would you handle something like that? Would you move them to a different class?
That's not always our first go-to is to move them. We like to try and solve the issue, solve the problem. If it is a personality conflict, kind of see what the barrier is. We like to have meetings, have discussions. Here's what is going to be the beauty of a larger school is there are other options in that grade level. So if we do need to do that, there are other options. Sometimes at the smaller schools, there's only one kindergarten teacher, and that's kind of where it is. But we do have that option so that we've got some different scenarios.
You know, I heard they were gonna be getting the theatrical and the drama and different things like that going on. Is that gonna be?
So
for
those
all
are some,
levels?
those are some things we're going to work towards. Several of the things we'll have to do will be after the school closures happen, and those are things we're working towards with saving money that way. I can tell you we're bringing ag to middle school, so we're really excited about bringing ag in. We already have art in the elementary. We have art. All of our elementary students have art. We're bringing STEM, a STEM class, so that students can get that as well. We're bringing computers, hopefully to the elementary side. We already have computers on the middle school side. We have band, we have PE, so lots of great different activities for the students. But those things like that will grow as the years progress.
But it's not gonna be something that's right off the bat.
Not the drama class. A lot of it is too, we have to find the staff, you know, make sure we find the right staff for that also. Those are very specific classes. So. But ag is definitely coming next year. I'm excited about that.
And I'll say, my son's been out there. You guys know Carter was here at Pinetta, and I was very nervous about him going to Central because he was so quiet and he was very timid. And so we went out over the summer before he started middle school, and I just went to Miss Brown and said, "Can you give us a tour?" She gave us a tour, and he went out several times. They did a little open house thing for just the small schools. And so anytime the door is open to go, I'm out there at least once a week dropping off drinks and different things. And I worked at the Central School from 2005 to 2010. It is different. It is very, very different from when I was out there. And every year that Ms. Brown is in charge, things are changing, and I'm really grateful for you because coming from a small school, I've been very nervous. Daniel's going to go next year. Daniel's not Carter. They're very different. Good luck. And so he's sweet, but he talks a lot. But I'm not nervous now. I know that I'm going to be involved, and my involvement directly impacts my children's success. And yes, I don't like that we're not keeping the small school, but I believe in Central, and I know that if we have concerns, if I have concerns, I can call Ms. Brown, I can call any of the teachers, and they respond and they work on it. So I do want to say that. And Carter has blossomed. Like, he is not the same kid. Beta Club has been amazing. If the kids keep their grades up, and it's what, 5th or 4th through 8th?
Yes,
It's 4th grade through 8th grade, so it's not just your middle school kids. So he's been able to miss class sometimes to go help do other things, which he really likes at their middle school. Yeah, this morning, right? So it's been a really good experience for him. And if for some reason your child doesn't have that initial good experience, go talk to Ms. Brown. And she will make sure that she works the best to make it happen. It's a very open place, so
And
I do want to say
it's
that.
not just Miss Brown.
Right,
There's a
you're
team of people out there.
Absolutely.
There's other administrative people under Miss Brown. It's not just
Yes.
Miss Brown. I promise you, I'm out there a lot. She can attest, I'm there a lot. My name's on that log a lot. They see me a lot. They know my name. Like the secretaries know my face because I'm there a lot. So it's not just her. There's a good team of people out there that want to help. Miss Kelsey's great. Mr. White's been out there a lot. I mean, Miss Cherry's out there. There's a good team of people out there to help.
And then what I was thinking about, like, I don't know where we'd be at. She gave us pizza. I don't know where we'd be. Where God?
Not she, me. Don't, not she, me. Not me, not she.
No, I say you did, and I'm
You
like,
said
so
she.
it's in there. So I don't know where God is gonna meet me at for my pizza. I got 24 years, and I thank God for those 24 years. But if you guys support Central like we support
Yes.
Pinetta, because like I've been at Central. That's all I've known was Central before I got here. I came here, I was like in heaven. But you know, like if you attend PTO, attend SAC meetings, you know, if you be involved, like I tell parents, if you're involved, it's like Miss Chris says, what you make of it. So if you become involved, like you guys attend meetings, attend family gatherings, then your child should be successful.
And if you ask your teacher, how can I help support? I guarantee you they're gonna give you options and ideas, and they're gonna wanna help you. And even if it's not helping necessarily in that classroom, maybe if it's decorating a bulletin board or something, all the teachers are gonna be open to that if you suggest, just like the teachers are here.
This is exciting to see so many parents that have come and support. I mean, this.
We have a support.
This is
we do.
amazing. Yeah,
And like,
this is amazing. So please, we want you to continue when your child comes to Central. Just because it's a large school, we have a very small family feeling. And so we make sure all 820 kids, give or take a few, I could probably name them if they walk through this door right here. I know my kids. I make it a point to know my kids. Just like Miss Yolanda, I mean, like we know our kids. Okay, so I'm here. My door is always open. Please bring your child. If you want to come for a tour, please bring them out. Right now it's a little crazy. We got roof action going on. We're almost finished with the new roof. We got a new gym floor. It's beautiful. It's ready to go just about. Doing lots of things to get the campus ready for everybody. So I know you're nervous. So if there's anything I can do to help calm your nerves, please come see me.
Did you want to talk about transportation?
Transportation, that's a big question.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. We have one of our drivers. You can come stand with me.
No.
Good to see Ms. Gibson. And to the parents, thank y'all for being here. So I know that's one of the biggest concerns that you have right now. First and foremost, I'm a parent. I do have a kid that goes to school here in Madison. So what's the same concerns that you have? One of the things are, my kid is small, where my kid sit. So what we do on our bus, we start them small and we go forward a grade to bigger. Small to biggest is how they say it. Also with our buses, if you say that you have a high schooler and a pre-K elementary, if you request, they can sit together. That is options that we have. We're trying to make it as less painful as we can. There are problems every now and then on the bus, but we do have good communication. Me and Miss Amanda, we communicate, the resource officer, we try to deal with issues then. I have an open door policy. You can come in, you can talk to me, you can email me, you can call me, you can get in contact with me. We're talking late, and I don't sleep until I make sure every kid is home. And we make sure it's 7, 8, 9. I promise you, we don't sleep. I think I'm answering the phone too, because our biggest concern is the safety of your kids. So one of the big things, the changes that we have, if you know, for Greenville, Pinetta, and Lee, a lot of those kids switch buses. Now they won't be in the switching buses. The bus driver that picks your kid up, that'll be the same kid that brings your bus back home. And we were like, well, what about time? What about time? What about time? We're still trying to do the same thing as time. My biggest thing that I'm trying to focus on today is the parents whose kids don't ride the bus is going to be riding the bus. I know a lot of you that was at Pinetta, you brought your kids. A lot that was at Lee and Greenville, they brought the kids. Well, some of the parents say, well, I don't want to make that drive every day. Well, we're going to bus every kid. And what we're trying to do is get something to a good time management that your kids won't be on the bus long. This is what I tell people. Our drivers, they're out there, the first thing they do, they pre-trip. When they pre-trip, they're on the bus and they have to drive. They probably have to drive 10 or 15 minutes before they get to your kids, and they get them to where they at and they deliver them. Well, I don't want the bus drivers on there no longer than what they're supposed to be, because they make me get itchy. I didn't have to go to the restroom. So, and those kind of things, we're trying to make sure they're good, so the students will be good. So these are the things that we're doing. If you have any questions, there'll be more information coming out, but we do have some flyers that I'll be leaving with Miss Yolanda that you can fill out. But we're just trying to get a list of who hasn't been around that's gonna ride, so we can go ahead and start. We're creating routes as now. We're doing it, so we need to add, we can add it, we need to take away, we can take away, because we don't want your kids, we don't want Well, it's been 2.5 hours, and honestly, I never swear to God. So I have kids, so I want to go home too. So, but in order for me to do that, I have to make sure that my drivers are in and that your kids are home. And I'm gonna tell you, your first priority is our first priority. Your safety is our safety. If you're good, we good. And I'm telling you, we're here for you. I'll do what I can. The staff, we have some of the best bus drivers. And I'm telling you, if something's not right, they come and we're there. We're a team because we know what our responsibility is. So do y'all have any questions for me? Something that I can answer?
My kids, we're at the top of the county, like very close to the state line. I have special needs children.
Okay.
Will
Yes.
they be able to come to the house? Or is that going to be one of those things where we have a designated spot they have to be dropped off at, that kind of thing?
Do your kid ride the bus now? Okay, so that'll be, I mean, you're saying special needs, do you have an IEP?
Yes.
Okay, so then that'll be something you'll get with us and address with us at special trans. That'll be something you'll start looking at now in your next special trans meeting, your IEP meeting. And that's something that we'll address. It just all depends on what the requirements are that you have. So yes, definitely.
Online question along that line.
Okay.
Current special transportation kids will remain special transportation
That
kids.
is correct. That's as long as it's on the IEP, we're gonna provide transport. Like I said, only thing we're doing, we're just changing from 3 schools to the 2 schools over there. But everything will still be the same. And like I said, we're gonna do, everything will still be in a timely manner. We're not trying to have y'all kids out there no longer than that. I know y'all ready to get them home, but we're trying to get them home too. I promise you.
So
So,
the buses arrive, we're 8 to 3. The buses they go to the high school first and they pick up high schoolers. So they're sitting in the back of the bus, the high schoolers are. When they come to that bus, they get there about 2:56, 2:58. We release our elementary students first. They load, then middle school comes out, they're pulling out at 3:06. When we get it down to, it is orderly. No one's running over anybody. It's the little kids, elementary, pre-K loads first, then the middle school comes behind. And then it's just, they're out, rolling out onto 90 at 3:06. We got it down. Down pat.
And if we've already had our IEP meetings for the year, what do we do? Because mine's already finished.
Request. You can do a special request.
Well, I'll take it.
Okay.
and my latest, right now, our latest bus is probably in the Lamont area, but that would change too as well. Because like I say, a lot of those buses, they switch. So they will have to wait for those buses to get there and switch, but you won't have that problem anymore. It'll just work one bus, and that same driver will pick them up in the mornings as well as afternoons. So, y'all, did I miss anything? That's one of the drivers, so she told that, all true. Any more questions for me? All right, well, we do have some, rules that some of the kids want, and some of the kids that came, I do have a couple of items over there. If they want, they're free to take them with them. I appreciate y'all, and if y'all need, like I said, you know how to reach me, open door policy, you can call me and I will respond back to you. Thank you.
So that is all that we have. Are there any more questions for me, Ms. Brown, or Mrs. Howard? Is there any more questions? Or if you have them later, you can email me to them, I can forward to her, or you can call her. There's any more questions. Is there any more online?
That was it.
Okay, so our meeting is adjourned at 6:19.